At the beginning of his college career, Gary takes out a loan for $10,000. The loan immediately begins collecting interest at an annual rate of 4.8% compounded monthly. However, Gary doesn't begin paying the loan back until he graduates 4 years later. So in Part A, we want to know how much Gary owes when he graduates. So this is basically a compound interest problem. The present value is the amount of the loan, which is $10,000. We want to know how much he has to pay back, we want to know how much he still owes when he graduates, so that's the future value. There are no payments. M is 12 because the account earns interest compounded monthly. The annual rate of interest is 4.8%, which means the monthly interest rate is 0.004. And the loan collects interest. It takes 4 years for Gary to start paying the loan back. So T will be 4, and N is 48. So the future value here is $10,000 times 1.004 raised to the 48th power. When I calculate that, I get $12,112.07. So since Gary doesn't make any payments at all while he's in college, this is how much he owes when he is done with college. So now in Part B, we assume that Gary just graduated. He owes $12,112.07, and we want to know how much he has to pay every month so that he can pay this loan off in 8 years. So this is going to be an annuity problem. PV is the current amount of the loan, $12,112.07. Future value is going to be 0 because he wants to pay the loan off. He's going to be making, PMT is what we want to solve for. He's going to be making monthly payments, and the interest rate is the same as in Part A, 4.8 annually, or 0.004 per month. And he wants to pay the loan off over 8 years, which means 96 months. So I plug into the formula for a decreasing balance annuity, and I get 0 equals 12,112.07 times 1.004 to the 48th minus PMT times 1.004 to the 48th power minus 1 divided by 0.004. Okay, calculating some of this, I get 0 equals 17,768.65866 minus PMT times $116 or 116.755336. Now, solving for PMT in this linear equation, I get that the payment is $152. That's how much Gary will have to pay back. $152.19. That's how much he'll have to pay back each month. Okay? Parts C and D deal with interest. Part C asks, how much does Gary pay back total over the course of the 8 years? His payments are $152.19 apiece. Over the course of the 8 years, he makes 96 of these payments. So he pays back a total of $14,610.24. In Part C, we want to know how much interest does Gary pay? He pays back a total of $14,610.24. He received $10,000. This is the amount that he actually borrowed. So the interest is the difference between the two, or $4,610.24.